Being a good listener is about more than just passively listening to what another person says. Learning how to be a better listener can improve your conversations as well as your relationships, both socially and professionally. Being a good listener can help you to see the world through the eyes of others. It enriches your understanding and expands your capacity for empathy. It also increases your contact with the outside world by helping you improve your communication skills. Good listening skills can provide you with a deeper level of understanding about someone's situation and helps you to know what words are best to use or which words to avoid. Ways to becoming a better listener. Talk less, listen more. One of the most important parts of listening is to be present in the conversation. Don't let your mind wander and be distracted. Focus on the now. Listen to what they're sharing and be willing to engage. You will listen to the first part of what the person is sharing, then the rest of your mind is busy thinking about what you should say when they're finished. Or they share a personal problem with you, and you immediately begin trying to think of a solution. This is not present. This is not listening. Pay attention to nonverbal cues. Remember that active listening means paying attention to both the explicit and implicit information that you're receiving in a conversation. Nonverbal cues, such as tone of voice, facial expression, and body language, are usually where the motivation and emotion behind the words are expressed. Stop making it about you. Instead of listening to others, most people worry about what they are going to say next. This is making it all about you, not the other person. As soon as you start thinking about yourself, you've stopped listening. Understand that the value you offer is not always in what you say. Sometimes, you don't have to say anything to add value. Often, people just need a listening ear. Ask good questions. When you're listening to someone share something difficult, make sure you're asking questions that are there to help you understand what the person is saying. One of the biggest parts of feeling validated is when a person knows that they've been heard and understood. Show that you're listening and trying to understand by mirroring what they've said with a question. If they're discussing a situation you have little to no experience with, you should ask questions about the parts you don't understand. Wait for the person to open up. In the process of encouraging a constructive response, an active listener must be ever so patient and let the speaker acquire his or her full flow of thoughts, feelings, and ideas. These may, at first, start as a trickle, and the full flow may take a long time to develop. If you press too early and ask too many personal, probing questions, that may have the opposite of the intended effect and may make the person feel defensive and reluctant to share any information. Mentally note key details. Repeat the speaker's last few words back to them to show that you're absorbing what they say. Remember the parts of the conversation that stood out so you can ask follow-up questions. Note any confusing details so you can ask clarifying questions. Some people will notice when a person is only pretending to listen, so keep yourself engaged and focused on the person talking. Wait until they've finished speaking to jump in with comments or open-ended questions. Use positive body language. A good listener's body language is open. They lean forward and express curiosity about what is being said. Their facial expression is either smiling, showing concern, conveying empathy, etc. They're letting the speaker know that they're being heard. Body language is an important tool to ensure you do this. The correct body language makes you a better active listener and therefore more open and receptive to what the speaker is saying. At the same time, it indicates that you are listening to them. Maintain eye contact. When someone is talking, they are usually saying something they consider meaningful. They don't want their listener reading a text, looking at their fingernails, or bending down to pet pooch on the street. A speaker wants all eyes on them. It lets them know that what they're saying has value. Eye contact is very powerful. Currently, it's more important than ever with the COVID-19 pandemic. People can't see your whole face, but they can read your eyes.